Hi guys, it's me, Jeannie, the Witch of Boise, and I'm here to do your yearly tarot forecast for the collective for 2023. So before we begin, make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe, also comment below, tell me which month you are looking forward to in 2023. If you want a personalized one, because again, this reading is going to be for the collective. If you want your own personalized yearly tarot forecast, I'm only offering them for the month of January, and then they are gone until the end of this year for the next year. So go head over to my website, witchofboise.com, to book yours today. Again, limited time offer, and it will be over and unavailable to get at the end of January. So book yours today. All right, I'm so excited for 2023. I am filming this on Saturday, January. It's Saturday, December 31st, 2022. So this is the last day of 2022. I have had such a rough year. One of my resolutions this year is to do more YouTube videos and to kind of keep you guys a little bit more into what's going on in my life. I am most active on Instagram. My Instagram handle, as well as all of my social media handles, are Witch of Boise. That's the username, so just look up Witch of Boise. There I am, and it's all one word, no space. Or you can check out my website that has a link to all of my socials, and that is witchofboise.com. But I'm just ready for this year to be over. There's been so many blessings that have happened this year too, but it's just, I'm ready. I'm ready for this cycle to end, and yeah, I think a lot of people are too. So we are doing the 2023. So I am using the Witch's Tarot. This is my favorite deck. We're using this for our reading today. I'm going to lower the camera so you can see, so you just don't mind the mess that's happening. Especially like this thing that's over here. This is a bird bath I got for Christmas. Isn't that sweet? So yeah, I'm a mess. And so I'm planning on actually tomorrow on the 1st to get some Witch of Boise stuff done, and then as well as just really declutter and clean my house, take all of the Christmas stuff down, and yeah, I'm just ready. I'm ready for spring and ready for this new year. So let me change angles and you'll see my little Christmas. Ooh, look at the Santas. It's 2 tablecloths. Ooh, she's fancy, huh? My holiday, I'd say, niche is like vintage, tchotchke, a little bit of tacky. Love that for me. Okay. So again, if you want to get your own reading that's like this, you can go head over to my website. I film something exactly like this, and then you actually get a PDF report that you can kind of go through the entire year and see what's going on. Oh my gosh. Hold on. All right. That card just flew. And we're not going to take any flyers. This is not the time that we take flyers. We're going to be cutting this deck into 13. But that card just like went across the room, and I'm just over it. I'm just over it. I have so much to do today. And a lot of it's this, and I still have to film for January's monthly tarot forecast and get all of that stuff done. And yeah, I'm just busy gal. Okay, so this is going to be the yearly tarot forecast for 2023 for the collective. Now, feel like this has been shuffled really, really well. We are going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And then we have our card of the year up here. Okay, so let's go with the months, and then we'll have the grand finale of the year after this. Okay, so for January 2023, we have, drum roll please, it's going to be the Knight of Cups. This is a really beautiful energy of someone coming in into doing an offer or proposal. So this can be something that maybe you're getting a new job offer, but this is going to be something that is associated with your heart. So it's going to be something that you really, really desire, your heart's desire. The thing is that you don't want to get too caught up into that emotional stance of it and be like, well, I really, really want this, and you're not reading the fine print of things. And this is the same thing with like maybe a relationship coming in, or you just don't want to get swept up into it too much. Don't get into the fantasy of it. Kind of base yourself a little bit into reality when this does come to you. This is also a time to get that offer out if you're trying to propose an offer of some sort as well. So that is our January 2023 beautiful energy. All right, so our first major arcana for February 2023 is the moon. So the moon is about illusions. This is about things are not as they appear to be. That doesn't necessarily mean a good thing, doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, but this is the time to be very, very cautious and not caught up into what something may even be coming from that January energy into February, where it's not as it appears. So you just, again, want to really be basing yourself into reality and not get caught up into a fantasy or into something that appears to be one way, because in actuality, when you really do sit and think about it, or the energy kind of changes and things start to shape shift and change, and you see it for what it really is, it might not be what you originally wanted. However, it can be something that's even better than you thought it was. So just keep that in mind with the moon. Also, whenever I get the moon in tarot readings, the moon usually is kind of like flipping the bird to us, to being like, you just have to live it out yourself. That I'm not going to, tarot or spirit is not going to give you any clues to it. You have to experience it as well. All right, so then we have March 2023. That's going to be the King of Wands. So the collective's going to be really creative here. It's going to be really really emotionally charged, in the sense that there's so much passion that's going on, and that's where that emotion is coming from. This is also because there is so much passion. We have to be really careful of all emotions, because it's going to be that like elevated energy. So with anger, like your temper, anytime I see the King of Wands, I always think of the dark side of him, and it just reminds me of the Disney movie Hercules with Hades and his hair of fire, and every time he just kind of blows up, it just explodes. It's kind of the same energy that's happening, where it's just getting too wrapped up into it. But the thing is that since there's so much passion here, it's about creation and creating and being creative and thinking outside the box. And with this masculine energy, you're going to be giving this out. So this is not going to be a feminine where it's going to be receiving. This is definitely coming from the collective to being giving out. So it's whatever you're really passionate about too. It doesn't necessarily mean too that you have to be like artistic or anything like that, but it's just that passionate energy. And this could be even like romance or a sexy fling, that kind of thing. All right, then we have April 2023, and that's going to be the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is kind of a funny energy. This is about competition. So it's always good. It's always good to have a healthy amount of competition. Kind of keeps you on your toes. And if you're in a really good headspace in the sense that you're self-confident with what you are doing or what you're competing for, then you shouldn't have any issues. However, if you are not a competitive person or you don't like that, it's time to kind of sit on the sidelines and let it happen. But this is also going to be a time of like petty drama, something that's going to be really just dumb, where it's like just fighting over really stupid and juvenile things where it doesn't really matter, but it's making a bigger deal than what it is. So the best suggestion during April is you're going to see this energy that's going around from people. It's just step outside of it. You can watch it go down and just like laugh at it. But just until you have that self-confidence in the competition aspect of it, or that you feel comfortable doing that, it's just better to be on the sidelines because you're just going to see this just drama happen. All right, then we have May 2023. That's going to be the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is quick, chaotic energy. So it's kind of funny with this because this is actually going pretty quick energy in these 3 months. With the Knight of Swords, the energy is like it can be either a message that's coming to you or an energy that's coming towards you. It's also the act of act now, think later. So you just want to keep that in mind as well, where this could be a good time, especially if things are getting so crazy and that movement is going so quickly. It's a good time to just kind of take a pause and don't start a plan because you're gonna have a lot of cleanup that's gonna be happening if you let this take over. But this is definitely something where it could be even coming into your life where you have no control over it. So you just want to be light on your feet and be able to be flexible and let things happen the way that they need to. I'm getting a lot more of a Gemini energy. This is my birth month is in May. I'm a Taurus, but at the end of May is Gemini. This is definitely not Taurus energy. This is all Gemini energy. So just keep that in mind as well. All right, then we have June 2023, and that's going to be the Tower. Okay, this is our second major arcana of the year. The Tower, some people can be really freaked out by. The imagery is really kind of scary. It's a tower with two people that are falling out of the tower. It's being struck by lightning, and then this crown is falling from it. The good thing about it is that this is a life-changing event. This is something where an event or a decision, something that is going to be happening. It's really, really quick. This is the time where it's going to be life-altering in the sense. Things will not be the same after this. The thing is that everything that is superficial and unimportant or that you have not built structure on is going to crumble. But the thing that's going to be revealed to you is what your foundations are, what your strengths are. So it's not something to be too terrified by. The Tower, a really good example is a friend of mine got the Tower during a month that they had when they found out that they were pregnant. So it was like immediately everything's changing from the life that they had before to now. And so that's what that Tower energy is definitely signifying that. All right, then we have July 2023. This is going to be the Ace of Cups, beautiful energy. There is love. There's love, not just romantic love, but just like the emanating of love that's going throughout the collective. This is your cup overfloweth with it. So you're going to be feeling the love and you're going to be seeing that the love's going to be returned to you as well. Before I kind of get started on the rest of the end of the month, let's just kind of go over the first part of the year really quick, because it just feels like there is a lot of movement that's happening, a lot of energy that's going to be happening from March until June. January and February, they're just kind of with January is going to be a little bit slow moving to it. February is kind of up in the air. So this movement could even be extending to January, but since it is that moon, it's just not as it appears. So it's very kind of like changing, but at least with the energy, this is going to go by really, really quick for the collective. That's what I feel like. This energy, because of how quick it is, it's going to go by a blink of an eye, and you're going to be like, holy crap, this year is like halfway over. But it just is going to be all of that that's happening. So overall, the energy too, just for the first part of the year, is just like, to be quite honest, it feels a little bit chaotic. It starts off with at least these two. This is kind of like pretty even keel. Again, with that moon, it's kind of like a mixed bag. But this is kind of feeling a little bit chaotic in the sense that you're just going to have to like buckle up and then just let it roll out. The biggest thing though is to focus on your foundations and what your strengths are, because you're going to be really revealed on it in this. So this is a really good time where that's going to be kind of tested as well because of this chaotic energy. Okay, so let's go to that second half of the year. So we have for July the Ace of Cups. And then for August, we have the Hanged Man. So this is our third major arcana of the year. August is a pausing energy. So this is going to be a nice time from this break that's happening, this chaotic, it's going to calm down and then it's going to come to a stop. So there's going to be something, a situation that's going to be happening to you where this could be even like an offer, a decision, something that's happening, and you may want to feel like you have to decide and choose right then and there. And this is definitely saying no. You need to inspect this and look at all aspects of it and to just pause for a second, take a breather, look at things from a different perspective too. And so that's another thing as well, where there could be something where it's very, it's trying to like meet in the middle kind of thing too, where it's like you're looking at two sides of a story and you're just trying to examine both of them. But this is a definite like pausing energy and looking at things from a different perspective that's happening in August. All right, and then September, we have this deck. It's the High Priest. In traditional tarot, it is the Hierophant. So this is about traditions that are happening in September. This is also something about lessons. So there's going to be something where you can actually level up in a sense and learn a lesson that the universe has been trying to tell you for a while. And you have the key and you have the knowledge. Just a side note, that's just my ice maker. I apologize. But you have the knowledge, you have everything that you need to learn this lesson, but you cannot, and the universe will not tell you how to solve it. You have to solve it yourself. You have the tools to do it. So you really need to be looking at that and figuring that out. And that can help you to that next step too. Otherwise, this lesson is going to keep on happening over and over and over again. So you just want to keep that in mind during September. October, we have the Page of Wands. This is such a great card. This is becoming one of my top cards that I like. Excuse me. The Page of Wands is about great, like good news coming. So this is a really good energy to kind of like pep it up. We're getting some good news that's happening, some energy that's happening, because it feels like it kind of died down. Now it's coming a little bit back up with that. And so we're just getting a lot of energy, a lot of creative ideas that are coming to us. And this can be even like inspiring. So something is inspiring you. And for some of you, maybe even being like around kids, like if you're a teacher, that kind of thing, or volunteering like at the Boys and Girls Club, or being a big brother, a big sister, that kind of thing, where they can really, being around children can really inspire you and inspire an idea that will go off into a creative aspect as well. But definitely a creative vibe, but this is good news. This is going to be good news that's happening in October. So awesome, awesome. All right, then we have November. Okay, this is like I hate this card. This is the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords, this is my least favorite card. The 10 of Swords is about backstabbing, betrayal, something being done to you when like you're just sideswiped, essentially. This can also mean, and this is in my personal experience, this is also can mean physical death. So someone that is close to you or that you know of might be passing away during this time in November. And it's going to be shocking. It's not something where it's someone that has passed away from a long-term illness or an elderly person. This is going to be something where it is shocking. But it's definitely like a stab in the back. It's not good. It's not good energy. And so the thing about the 10 of Swords, when we examine it, because every card has good and bad qualities, and this one's really hard to find a good quality about it. It is not good. But the thing is that since this is a 10, this is an end of a cycle. This is something where you will learn from this. So if this is going to be a backstabbing or betrayal time for you and not necessarily a death, you're going to be learning from this. And even with it, if it being a physical death, you will learn a lesson from this. You will learn something from it, and you will end that cycle. So it's not going to repeat itself, at least for you, if you learn from it. So it's just keeping that in mind with that 10 of Swords. All right, then we have December 2023, and that's going to be the Knight of Pentacles. So really kind of a good way to end this year, especially on that November It card. The Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving energy. This is a slow-moving, very methodical. It's very much the opposite of this Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is act now, think later, or even explain later. This one's definitely think and plan your plan A, plan B, plan C, and then in your plan A, you do plan A1, plan A2, plan AB, you know, it's all of that. So it's just very methodical. But the thing is that since this is Pentacle, this is earthly matters. This can be with finances too. It's on the step of getting into more stability. And that can be financial stability, but this can be just emotional stability, stability at home, stability in earthly matters as well. So it's a really great planning, but it's slow moving, which is a really great energy to have in December, because sometimes it just seems like it's always the go, go, go in December or during the holidays. Like I have to do this, and then I have to do this, and then presents, and then I have to visit these people, and then I have to visit my family, and then we have to go to my in-laws, and la da 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 da, and it's just a whole thing. And this is just saying you plan it properly and just coast. Like this is not the time to do really, really fast moving, chaotic energy. Just slow and steady. Okay, so let's go over a little bit of the second half of the year. This is more of a slow moving, so you're having this like really wicked, like kind of chaotic energy that's happening. This is a lot more slow moving. And with the Hierophant too, the Hierophant is, this card represents Taurus too. So Taurus is an earth sign, and it definitely equates to this. So it's just this slow moving energy, then shocking. And I think we're going to get a couple different times in this year. So that's going to be in June and in November, where there's going to be something that's very shocking that's happening as well. Because this kind of echoes with the Tower. The Tower isn't necessarily bad per se, but it is like something that changes everything, and it can be very shocking. And this one is just bad. I just hate it. I hate this card, but it is what it is, you know. The thing is that this is going to be shocking, but then we're going to go back onto a slower pace too. So just don't get too caught up and be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this rat race, because the second half of the year, besides that November, is going to be just really slow and steady. Well, and this one can be because with some of these cards too, they can be month-long energies. For me, though, there's some times where it's just signifying one event as well. So just keep that in mind too with this reading, where it can be just an event that happens during that month or month-long energy. Okay, so let's go over what the collective's 2023 card of the year is. I'm so excited. Oh, it's the Lovers. Okay, so this is really cool. I'm gonna change the angle really quick while we discuss. So for the collective for 2022, we had another major arcana. So we had Strength, and I honestly feel like 2022 was the epitome of strength. There's a duality in Strength too, where it is you either have the strength and courage to overcome anything, and you're proving that. But then there's the other one where you don't think you have the courage and strength, and you have to kind of find it. And that is, from what I've gathered, at least with a lot of people, that has been their 2022. So let's talk about the Lovers. So this is another major arcana that's happening this year. So this is another big year for us as a collective. The Lovers can be very much as it is, where it's about love and relationships and duality. But this is also a decision and choice that's having to be made. So it's very, very interesting that the collective is going to have to make a choice that the universe is given, and it's very much like a decision that's given to you from up above. So whatever you believe in, the universe, God, or whatever applies to your belief system, whatever is bringing this decision to you. And this is going to be something that's happening throughout this whole entire year. And you have the free will to choose what path you want to do. So you just have to make sure that you go with it, and you go to the choice that really resonates with you, resonates with your heart, and resonates with your true authentic self too. But this is also just a beautiful card, because you're being oversought by our guardian angels, by the people that are watching us, the spirits, the spirit world. So really beautiful energy. So I'm actually really excited for 2023. I don't want to be this is our year, but like, this is actually a really, really good energy, because there are going to be some shocking things that are going to be happening. There is going to be a little bit of chaos and whatnot, but you have the choice and decision on how you're going to address and how you're going to go about it. So this is such a beautiful, beautiful energy that's happening. You know, I think there's about, I would say about 4 months that I would say just to be on the lookout. The first one's going to be that February, that moon energy. And that's just because it's a wild card. It can be either way. So this is just kind of like, be prepared for it and know that things may not be as they seem. So you need to look at it and ground yourself into reality. The next one would be April with that 5 of Wands. That's just going to be more annoying than anything. It's like mosquito energy when it's that petty drama and competition and whatnot. So you just got to keep on it and just know that you're good. And especially if you have the self-confidence on it, you're fine. And if you don't, then you just step outside of it and be like, oh my gosh, look at those bozos. Like, don't get involved with it. Just let other people do it. Just don't get caught into it. And I think that's just another thing where it sometimes gets really easy to get caught into that kind of stuff. Then we have June, which is that Tower. Again, not necessarily a terrible energy, but it is something where it is going to be shocking. And like, everything might shatter around you, but it's going to reveal what your strengths and what your foundations are. And lastly, this is the big one, is November. And that's that 10 of Swords. That's just going to be ick. So just keep that in mind, and you'll be good to go. Now, again, this is a reading for the collective. If you are wanting your own personalized yearly tarot forecast, go to my website, witchofboise.com, and you can book yours today. Again, it's only a limited time service. It's going to be over in January. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate all of your support. I hope you have a happy 2023. I hope this resonates with you. Comment below, bookmark this, and come back to it. Otherwise, go to my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I will be posting these with my cards of the day as well. Thanks so much for all your support. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you soon.